Hey everyone, it's Rich Warner from the WealthMaxBuilder.com website and WealthMaxBuilder.com YouTube channel, and also WHAE Investing. In this video, I'm going to show you how to enter your trades for the HowTheMarketWorks.com trading simulation game. I'm going to walk you through the steps, how to actually enter the trades, and how you can access the performance of your portfolios. All right, let's get right to it. I'm at the WHAE Investing website, and if you head on over to where it says here at the top, Investment Game, you can click on that nav bar link, and that takes you to a brief description of the competition, and then it says to access the investment game, click on this link. If you click on this link, it takes you to the HowTheMarketWorks.com website. You could have also just keyed in HowTheMarketWorks.com, and that'll take you to the home page as well. First thing you want to do is click on Create Account. So you create account, click that. Now you're going to have to X out any advertisements here along the way. You don't need those. You have to create a username and a password. Okay, so you may have to be a little creative with this process of creating usernames, because I've tried one or two that were already taken. So you're going to have to try to come up with something original. All right, so I'm just going to type in an original username and password. Okay, and I'm going to have to come up with a date of birth. Does not have to be accurate necessarily. I'm just going to make this up, to be honest with you. Come up with some sort of a birth date. Select your country, your email address. Now, you want to input here an active email address, not something that you don't use. Use something that is, use your main personal email address here, because you want to be notified of any updates or changes or performance updates in your account. So use an active email address. Okay, user info. I'm just going to type in Rich Warner. Are you an instructor? I am, but I'm going to be entering this from your perspective, so you're going to say no. How much virtual cash do you want to have? We're all going to select $100,000 to start out with. So I'm asking all students to input $100,000 here as your starting capital for this competition. Do you currently own a brokerage account? No. If you do not currently own a brokerage account, do you plan on opening one in the next 12 months? No. Those are regulatory questions, by the way. They always have to ask you that. Check the box I agree to terms and conditions, privacy policy, and leave the please send me special offers unchecked. Click on register here, the green button at the bottom. You do not necessarily have to save your password on this computer. X out all the advertisements, and then you'll scroll down here to where you'll see the screen button that says make your first trade. So you want to click there, and that'll take you to the make a trade web page. And if you have difficulty accessing this in the future, just remember that if you want to make any changes to your portfolio, you want to sell off any positions or add to existing positions or create new positions, you have to head on over here to the where it says make a trade. Scroll down to stocks and ETFs. We won't be trading mutual funds currently, so stocks and ETFs is where you want to be. Click on that, and that'll take you to this page here. Now it's going to ask you whether you want to buy, sell, short, cover. You're going to be buying positions here unless you plan on selling short stocks, which I discourage. But you may do so if you so choose. It's when you think that a stock is going to go down in price, then you would sell short and buy at some future date at a lower price, hopefully. However, more likely than not, the stock will continue to go higher and you'll lose money doing that. So I strongly suggest that you stick to buying securities. So you're going to buy a particular stock or fund. I happen to prefer index funds myself on both stocks and bonds, as you'll learn in the class. But for now, we're going to be inputting individual stock securities. So they're asking you for the ticker of the stock. Now, if you happen to get stuck on, tickers and names of companies, all you have to do, I'm going to open up another browser window here and just type in Google. Use the Google search engine to find companies. And remember, you can always use the Warren Buffett portfolio if you want, Warren Buffett stock portfolio. All right, there are all his positions. As you can see, he's a big owner of Apple and Bank of America, Coca-Cola, Wells Fargo, American Express, Kraft, etc. And you'll find the company names here and the ticker symbols here. So the ticker symbol is usually 4 characters or less, and it's a short way to enter a stock security in trading platforms. So you'll have to know what the tickers are for these securities. But let's say you wanted to buy Google, which does not happen to be on the Warren Buffett list, and you were unsure about the ticker symbol. Well, you can type in Google stock here, and lo and behold, Google will provide this information for you about the company. So Google is currently trading at $1,229 a share and 87 cents. This is the alphabet company, Google for short. This is the Class A shares. But if you just wanted regular Google, it would be GOOG, and that's trading for $12.29 a share as well. The ticker is GOOG, GOOG. All right, so let's buy GOOG, GOOG, and then it's going to ask us for the quantity. Now, this is the most important part of this exercise. Yes, it's important to select stocks and to know which stocks you're picking and funds and things like that, but how much you're going to buy in terms of dollar allocations for your overall portfolio is just as important a question when you think about it. And we'll go over this a little in greater detail in our class, but I designed a special spreadsheet. I'll provide a link for this spreadsheet under the investment game tab. Okay, so you would click on this and you'll find a link here for this particular spreadsheet that I created. And I just created this spreadsheet to show you that it's a very important part of the investment process, is knowing how much you're going to allocate to each security. So as you can see here, I have some individual stocks here. I'm going to highlight them in red. I've got some funds here. These are stock funds. Okay, I'm going to put them maybe in purple. Then I've got a bond fund, AGG, and I've got gold here. I'm going to put that in red. Okay, so I've got 2 individual stocks, 3 stock index funds, 1 bond index fund, and gold. This is an exchange traded fund that is comprised of gold stock, gold bullion bars. Okay, so as you notice, I've got $100,000 in starting capital, and I've got my weightings here. Now, it's important that the summation of all your weightings, of all your positions, is going to equal to 100%, right, of your capital, which happens to be $100,000 in this case. What you may want to do is, if you plan on adding stocks to your position, you could just insert rows here and copy and paste the rows down below. And if you get stuck on this, I'll show you this in class, and you can change this ticker to, let's say you wanted to add, I don't know, Procter Gamble, let's say, or, all right, Procter Gamble stock. And as you notice, when I copied that in, my positions jumped to 101%, and I want it to be 100%, so I'm going to have to scale back somewhere else. And in that case, I'm going to scale back U.S. mid-cap position here. So I'm going to scale this back to 14%. As you can see, the summation of my weightings for each position reverts back to 100%. So the important thing is this column right here. How much are you going to allocate to each position? Once you've decided on which companies or funds you want to invest in, this is the most important question to ask. And as you can see, I've decided to allocate, this is all stock part here. This is the stock portion, stock individual stocks and stock index funds. The summation of this here is, just so you know, equals sum is 32%. So I've got 32% allocation to stocks, 58% allocation to bond, a bond index fund, and a 10% allocation to gold. And the summation of that should all equal to what? 100%. Now I've got this set up so that this dollar amount value here, which is important for you to determine how many shares you want to buy, is going to be a function of your weightings here, okay? So if I were to change the Apple position to 2%, this should change to $2,000, right? Right. 3%, $3,000, etc. So all of these weightings are important, and they determine how much your capital allocation to each position will be. So I'm happy with these weightings, and I'm just going to go with this. So now it's time to enter the positions into the how the market works trading platform. So we go back in here. I've got Google here. I want to buy Google, and how many shares do I need to buy? And that's the important part of this exercise. And once you're done with that, it's really easy. All you just do is click to enter the trade. But the quantity of shares, I've calculated it to be $1,000 worth of Google, which turns out to be almost one full share. Okay, if I were to change this to 2%, then you could see that it would be almost 2 shares. But I only want 1% of my portfolio allocated to Google, so that's almost one full share. We're going to round up in this case to 1 full share. So I want to buy 1 share of Google. By the way, I could have calculated this using their little mini calculator here. I can say equals $1,000 divided by the share price, which they provide for you down here, 1228.67, 1,228.67 cents, and I hit equals, and it'll tell me that it's 0.813 shares, which is slightly less than 1 full share, and I'm just going to round it up to 1 full share. I get the same thing as my spreadsheet. I happen to prefer the spreadsheet to this little calculator, but you can use this calculator instead. Okay, click to review your order to enter the trade, and then it says click to confirm the order. And notice that before I click to confirm the order, it says the estimated cost for this order is $1,230, almost $1,239, which happens to be what this value is right here. That's fine. Click to confirm the order, and it says order placed successfully. Okay, time to move on to our next trade. So remember, to make a trade, you just go up here to the nav bar under howthemarketworks.com, click make a trade, where it says stocks/ETFs. Click on that. Next trade, let's see what we got. And I'm just going to put a little gray box to let me know that I've done the trade. Let's do the Apple trade, $1,000 worth of Apple. So let's type in, remember, if you didn't know the ticker symbol for Apple, just go to the Google Finance search engine and type in Apple ticker symbol. Okay. And Google provides you with the ticker symbol right here, AAPL. It's trading on the NASDAQ stock exchange, which is an electronic stock exchange, and it's trading at 221.40. Okay, so let's put in Apple. AAPL. How many shares? Well, we click quantity, say $1,000 worth of Apple. The latest price, where is Apple trading at? Let's go back to Google, 221.40. So 221.4. So that's 4.5 shares. So, we can either bump this up to 5 shares or round it down to 4. Well, I have this program to round down instead of round up. So I'm just going to round down to 4 shares of Apple in the quantity box, number 4, and it's going to be a market order. You shouldn't use limit stops, trailing stops, or percentage stops. Use market order. They're more efficient. Limit orders are a little bit tricky, and you don't want to go there. So stick to market orders. And by the way, when you enter your trade here, I had this accidentally flagged to the Toronto Stock Exchange. You want to make sure you're trading through the New York or the NASDAQ exchange. So make sure you've got the United States flag here checked, or just click on it to make sure you're in the New York or the NASDAQ. And let's type in the ticker again. Okay. And then it says estimated order cost. That's a little less than 1,000. That's fine because we're going to allocate $1,000 to Apple. All right, so click to preview the order and click to confirm the order. Okay, order placed successfully. We're done with the Apple trade. We'll enter the Procter Gamble as well. So we go to make a trade, stocks, and ticker symbol is PG. Happen to know that. If you weren't sure, again, just type in Procter Gamble. And when you do that, you get the information here. It's trading 121.36 a share on the New York Stock Exchange, ticker symbol PG, 121.36. So let's type in 121.36, and the program should tell me that I need to buy 8 shares of PG. So let's type in 8, market, click to preview order. It's $980. Click to confirm. Good. Order placed successfully. Now you can also click here, trade again, if you want to as well. That'll take you to the trading box again. Trading order page. Let's click, put a gray symbol here. Moving on to the Vanguard non-US stock index. That's all the stocks in the world other than the US. We got $10,000 allocated to VEU. It's the Vanguard FTSE All World ex-US ETF. Okay, where is it trading last? As you can notice, the last is traded $50.65 a share. So that's 50.65, and we should buy 197 shares. So type in 197, market order, click to preview order. That's going to be almost $10,000 in capital. That's fine. Click to confirm. Order placed successfully. Okay, so let's go here. Gray this out. We've done that trade. I'm going to buy 5,000 of the emerging market stock index, EEM. Trade again. Make sure you're on United States, EEM. How many shares is that? Well, at $41.80 a share, as you can see down here, last price, 41.8, that's 119 shares. So let's go into the quantity box, 119. Click to preview the order. That's going to be about $5,000, a little less than 5,000. Click to confirm, order placed successfully. As you can see, this is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to go through the entire portfolio just as an example. Okay, so we're going to also buy the mid-cap here, the mid-cap stock index of 400 mid-cap stocks based in the United States. I'm going to allocate 14% of the portfolio. That's $14,000. Make sure we're on US. Type in MIDI for the mid-cap spiders stock index. How many shares is that? As you can see down here, it automatically provides you with the last share price, $355.98. That's 39 shares, as the spreadsheet's telling me. So under quantity, we type in 39. Click to preview the order. That's almost $14,000. That's fine. Click to preview, confirm order, trade entered successfully. Okay, so we're done with MIDI. Now we're done with the stocks. Okay, let's move on to the bonds here. We've got to buy, as you can see, the bond allocation is quite significant. It's 58% of the overall portfolio, otherwise known as $58,000 in this case. And we're going to buy the Barclays Aggregate Bond Index. This is a portfolio of investment-grade U.S. Treasuries, agency debt, corporate bonds, all investment-grade quality. Okay, so its ticker symbol is AGG, Barclays Aggregate. Okay, its last trade at 112.61. 112.61. So that's 515 shares. Market order, click to preview. Estimated cost, $58,000 and change. Click to confirm. Order placed successfully. And finally, we've got the gold position, GLD. 10% allocation. 10% of $100,000 is $10,000. Here we go. Trade again. Or you could also have clicked on make a trade stocks ETFs. It's up to you. All right, so ticker is GLD, and it's the gold spider. How many shares? It's last traded at 142.21. 142.21. That's 70 shares rounded down. And we enter in 70 here. Market order. Click to preview. Estimated cost, a little less than 10,000. That's fine. Click to confirm. Order entered successfully. All right, so there we are. Because we've rounded down these positions, we've actually allocated slightly less than $100,000. We haven't quite used up all our $100,000 in this case. And going forward, just keep in mind that if you would like to add more stocks to these to the portfolio, just remember that you can do that, but you're going to have to liquidate some of your other positions in order to do that. So if I wanted to add, let's say, 10 more stocks, individual stocks, or another fund or two, I would have to first liquidate existing positions to keep my, because remember, we're only using $100,000 worth of capital. And I really want to discourage using leverage in this simulation game. So I don't want you to borrow on margin. I want you to just use $100,000. So that means that if you're going to make some changes or additions, you want to buy more stocks, you're going to have to scale back some of the existing positions, sell off maybe some MIDI, maybe you want to sell off a little bit of the EEM or VEU or what have you, and then go ahead and use the proceeds from the liquidations to purchase your new stock positions. And as you can see, to do that, it really helps to have a spreadsheet to keep track of all your positions. And I'm going to ask you to update your positions accordingly in a spreadsheet because there really is no better efficient way to do this. Okay, now I'm recording this video during the trading day. So the market is open and it's trading. These trades have actually gone through. They've already been executed in simulation mode. So in order to check how you're doing, how is your portfolio doing in terms of profit and loss, you would go to My Portfolio, click on Account Balances, and you can see that the portfolio is slightly down. It's at $99,923 since I entered the trades. That's because we had to pay commissions on the trades. Whenever you trade, whether it's entering a position, entering a new position, or selling an existing position, you have to pay commissions. And so it's about $5 to $10 per transaction. But we would hope that over the progression of time, maybe a couple days from now, weeks from now, all your positions will hopefully become profitable, and this number will exceed, portfolio value will exceed 100,000. Now, you can also go to Graph My Portfolio. This is another useful function. Since we don't have a full day yet of trading for this particular portfolio that I just opened for you and showed you how to enter your positions, you don't see the performance yet. But you give this a few days and you'll start to notice that your P&L, your profit and loss, in terms of percentage of the $100,000 invested, this will be going up and down over time. Hopefully it'll go mostly up. And the performance of your investment portfolio, which is this magenta line, you will see this in due time, will be judged and compared to the performance of the overall U.S. stock index. Now, the most popular benchmark stock index is the S&P 500, so that's the ticker symbol SPY. And so your portfolio will be in magenta, and the benchmark U.S. stock index, SPY, will be in light blue. Now you can click on this and you can go to open positions as well. Get rid of the advertisements. and you can see all your positions here. Now this is during the trading day, so all these prices are being updated live as we speak. Here's the market value of each position, the profit and loss of each position in dollars as well as in percentage terms. So as you can see, these positions are still a little bit underwater for the most part because we just entered the positions and because of the cost of the commissions. So keep in mind that under my portfolio, you have the open positions here. You have the account balances. There's the portfolio value of the investment account. And you can also graph your portfolio performance, and you'll see how you're doing on a short-term as well as on a longer-term basis. The 1 month and the 3 month here can be clicked on for shorter-term comparison and longer-term historical performance. There's also a link here for transaction history, and it shows you all the trades and executions that you've done since you opened the account. So as you can see, all of these are market buy orders for all the trades that we just entered. And that's pretty much it for the How the Market Works simulation. Remember that on the home class website, there are videos, instructional videos about investing and trading, and I hope that you consult them at your convenience. They're very useful to help you get an edge in this investment game. If you have any questions, write them down and ask them in class. I'd be happy to try to answer them for you. Thanks for watching. Good luck in the simulation. Enjoy and have a great day.